Test 2, 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Skipper's Log, where we yap about anything and everything. Today's yap is about things I don't like, things I hate, you could say that. So, first off, here we have rage baiters, right? People who post rage bait online. So the first case of this is some YouTuber, right? This girl, right? She posted a video about Indian racism, right? I'm not Indian, by the way, but she posted a video about Indian racism, and it was interesting, and it was all around a good video. So I'm like, okay, this is a cool creator. Let me see what else they make, right? So I go to their channel, and then the featured video, right, is rage bait, right? It's basically her giving, like, recounting a story, a fake story probably, of like of a date that she had, and that she offered to pay for the date, right? Even though the card she used didn't actually work, right? So then, so then, so then the guy actually ended up agreeing that she should, letting her pay, right? And she ended, and it was unexpected, right? Then then yeah, from there she just says, she just the story goes on, and it's a mess. So like I was watching it, right? When I was watching it, I was watching it as if it was real, as if she was telling the truth. With that was my impression. But then, but then, then I checked the comments and found out that it was in fact rage bait, which made a lot of sense, right? Um, she said some things that were like weird to say, so I was like, oh, okay, this is rage bait, obviously, right? So I'm like, so so yeah, but I was like pissed off, kind of, like it was like I invested into this. I put my trust into this video, I guess, and look what happened, like I know I shouldn't feel bad about it because it's just rage bait, right? But like, still, bro, you wasted my time, basically my energy, um, and like, I don't know, it felt disingenuous. Like, what were you actually like? It just gives off the feeling that you'd basically say anything for at the drop of a hat or whatever. You know, like, leaves a poor taste in the mouth. So yeah, I guess, yeah. But my main problem, right? What isn't actually the what do you call this? Her stance on the dating or anything, right? But my problem is her, right? Is that, like, she put the way she offered to pay, right? When you offer, like, when you whatever, it was a stupid situation. I'm over it, honestly. At this point, I just wanted to talk about it. Let's move on. In the another rage baiter, actually. So there's this YouTuber called Rambo. He makes quote unquote self improvement content, and and all I can say is that he is he is the most insane YouTuber I have ever seen. He will literally put in a thumbnail, his most recent video, in a thumbnail is Greta Thunberg, right, next to P Diddy, and like, geez, and most of his videos are like that, and it's something related. The videos, I'm pretty sure it's titled "How to Manipulate People" or whatever. So, and he justifies putting Greta Thunberg next to P Diddy in his thumbnail about this video. He justifies it through saying that he manipulated people into watching the video, and 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 commenting. So basically rage bait, right? My problem with this approach, right? Sure, you're getting views, but it's so disingenuous. Like, it's maybe I just hate being lied to or being deceived and tricked, but still, like, what is genuinely wrong with you? Then other videos he gives brain dead takes where I'm not even sure if he's joking or telling the truth. And most of his videos have more likes than dislikes. That's the crazy thing. Like, except for one video where he gives his stance, where he gives his take on mental health, um, and medication, things like ADHD and autism and bipolar and whatever, right? And then his take was off, right? He said that you shouldn't get diagnosed, you shouldn't take medication for that stuff or anything, that the medication is bad and will get you addicted. And that video actually had more dislikes than likes, or no, somehow it still had likes. I forgot what but I'm pretty sure it had like the worst dislike ratio compared to his other videos. And people are calling them out on the comments. They were saying, "Wow, dude, you really messed up on this one." And yeah, he really did. And honestly, he messed up on all of his videos. All of his videos are trash. I wanted to make a video about him right on one of my channels, but I was like, you know what? F this. He doesn't deserve like my energy, anyone's attention, anyone's time, because then you're just feeding into it, right? Like, you're just feeding into it. There's no point in trying to like tackle that. Okay, so I guess we can move on now to something else. Let's talk about another thing that I dislike or hate. We have what's on the list here. Um, yeah, creepy teachers. Okay, so this one teacher, back in school, right? He was, I don't know, somehow he still works there. That's the crazy thing. But so, okay, so he's been there since a long time, since before I went to that high school. And I went there for like 3 years. So he's been there for a while, and he's still been there. I'm pretty sure he knows the director of the school. So he's known the director of the school for like a long time. So what happened is that let me say the first situation. So he like, instead of actually teaching us, he was a language teacher, right? Instead of actually teaching us, useful things, the language, right? He'd always go on like insane tangents and unnecessary stories about who knows what, right? Like all of a sudden he'd start talking about his childhood. All of a sudden he'd start giving us a lecture on the people of that language, and a useless one, by the way, and he'd justify it somehow. That's crazy. And yeah, but but that aside, he was also like very creepy. So like one time, right, he wanted to show off a dance, right? And like he was like, can someone get up to like what to dance? I don't really remember this well, but like he was like, can someone like get up to dance, what, like with me, right? You know and I was like, and then so I obviously, so I saw that most of the girls weren't like really like into it, right? Like they were trying to avoid it. But I was like, I'll do it if that. So I said, I'll do it if that's okay. He's like, no, it is a girl, what. And that's really creepy. Like, what? What do you mean, bruh? What do you mean? So, yeah, a while later, right? He keeps doing, he like throughout the years, right? He keeps doing weird stuff, barely showing up to lessons. So we basically have to teach ourselves at that point. Like, honestly, it was so bad. Uh, it was just a really trash. He was a really trash teacher. I'm glad that in our last year he was replaced. Um, yeah. So in our last year, he was replaced with another guy. The other guy was okay. I had problems with him, but he was better. He was better than that guy. Um, yeah, the only thing is that like when we got the new teacher, right? People kept like wanting to see my reaction for something for some reason to the new teacher. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Like, dude, like all of you, shut up. Like, why are you pressuring me? What's wrong? What's wrong with all of you? It's like, bruh, like honestly. And in a later video, I'm gonna talk about being um, mal-equipped to being the student body president. By the way, let me write that down actually. Also, so in this video, right, it's nighttime right now, so I have to speak like kind of whisper. Um, so I have to kind of get like close to the mic. So my apologies if you hear my breathing and stuff. I'm also kind of sick right now. Anyway, next things slash people that I hate. High school boys. Yeah, those guys, those motherfuckers are awful. I hate them so much. So like, let me explain, right? So with high school boys, right? And let's say you're in school, right? You're the same age as your peers or around the same age, right? So sometimes, so like, when they have an opinion, right? Yeah, via peer pressure, you kind of, also have to have a similar thing. So it's like, so and it makes you kind of tend to believe what they're believing too, right? Like let's say their stance on, like dating and stuff, like, like, high school boys obviously have like, terrible takes on that, right? Because, they're not mentally equipped yet. But yeah, the problem is you're also not properly mentally equipped to have like good takes too. So like you end up like um, going with the crowd, believing whatever they believe is true, and I think that creates like, all of the incel mentality and stuff. So yeah, it's like it's what else do they say? They say like things. They also like flame you for like basic stuff that you can't really like. That doesn't really matter. Like all that alpha male stuff, right? It's like people clown on alpha male stuff, but you know why those people have audiences? Because of high school boys and people younger than boys younger than high school. uh, that's where their market is, because adults who've built some level of common sense, and and have developed mentally, you know it, they they're less likely to fall for that nonsense. um yeah, like in fact on one of my channels I'm thinking of actually making a video about those guys. So yeah, I'm not gonna plug it here because I want this channel to like stay anonymous, kind of. Yeah, so there's that. And is there anything else I want to talk about? We still have quite a bit of time left. Now, okay, so the last thing, right, is with this video you can probably tell that I'm not exactly good at communicating, right? Most people aren't even probably gonna watch till the end of this video, but the point of this channel isn't to have people actually watching, tuning in, listening, right? The point of this channel is to just have something, have like my opinions, to talk. Basically, it's a yap channel where I just talk. Basically, it's to practice talking, right? To practice speed of talking, to practice precision of thoughts, to practice getting my points across and communicating, all of that stuff, right? So that's what this channel is for. It's not really a traditional channel, whereas the goal is to amass subscribers, viewers, and all of that stuff, right? So if you're watching this, right, um congratulations, I guess. There's no one watching up until this point, so I can really say whatever I want, really. So so yeah, I can say what. Oh yeah, let's talk about gaming. Why not? So lately I've been playing Far Cry 2, and it's a good game. It's a good game, but there's only so much of it I can take, because it is a frustrating game. Like, traveling is damn near impossible in this game. You Getting from point A to B is so difficult, because like you have to go through specific channels, because a lot of like because like there's mountains everywhere, right? So you can only go through specific paths, and then all of those paths, right, have these checkpoints where your enemy is, basically. And you know who your enemy is? Everybody. You're both working for, you have two groups, right? And you're working for both of them, right? Doing jobs for both of them. But also both of them want to kill everyone that's not them. So you have to be very careful, and that's not a good thing. Like, so like you'll just be like traveling down a path, and if they catch you, if they see you, they just like start shooting on sight. Like, you could be driving, right, and all of a sudden, like, you're driving, right, there doesn't even need to be a checkpoint. Like someone will be driving by, and then as soon as they see you, they start shooting, like, immediately. And it's so annoying. Like, there's only so much of that I can take. Like, now that I'm realizing it, it doesn't, like, now that I'm talking about it, it doesn't make for a good playing experience at all. It makes for a terrible playing experience. It is so annoying. All of a sudden, you're just trying to play the game, complete missions, and all of a sudden people are shooting at you. But honestly, it's not even like in GTA San Andreas, where like there's rival gang members, and if you get too close to them, they'll start shooting at you. No, in this, as soon as they see on sight, they start shooting at you. If you're on a vehicle, they'll start driving towards you. It is so bad, so bad. But it is cool though, like, doing a missions, just gunning through everybody, feeling like you're in an action movie. It's really cool, really cool. So, but honestly, I want to take a break from it to try other games that I have, and to play. I want to try Fable, the Lost Chapters. Sounds cool. It's probably gonna be nice. Yeah, that's really it. So I'm gonna play Fable. Then it's only a 15-hour game, surprisingly, but I'm not gonna complete it though.